Happy and proud of Damien. Um, I think he's come a long way in every aspect. Um, Not only in basketball, but I think he's had a great experience here in terms of his life. I'm proud of him and the fact that he's gotten to be obviously a very good defensive player, but he's improved his offensive skills, and happy for him.
Also, your bench play against Duquesne, something that was lacking the first two games down at Duquesne.
Yeah, and again, I think that's more me than the kids right now. I think we did a really, they've played significant minutes in almost all of our games, and you get in and maybe have a turnover, or maybe not know exactly where you're supposed to be, and then when you're in tough ball games, every possession matters, and I need to have a little bit of patience with those guys and let those guys kind of find their way. But DJ and Ryan and Bobby Hain, those guys have really shown that they can play at this level, and it's important that I give them that opportunity.
How's the team responding after dropping 3 straight last week?
No, it's tough. It's been a couple tough days of practice. This is a group that's very focused on winning. They're very disappointed in what happened down there. But it was so quick. It was my first experience of being in an exempt tournament, and we really played some very good basketball. And I try to get our kids to understand that we played a great game against North Dakota State. Played 29 or 39 great minutes against James Madison, and one of about 4 or 5 things could have gone our way. That would have been a really good win for us. And I thought we battled like crazy. For being a tired group, I thought we battled really hard against Duquesne. So it is what it is. It took you 2 weeks to get 3 wins and 3 days to get to 3-3. So it was, a snapshot. But it was a tough stretch for us. This is a very, it's a very demanding schedule that we've asked these kids to play under. Obviously, that was the first part of it with our first 6 games, and then we have another stretch coming up, after finals, where, I think we're like 6 out of 8 on the road, 4 out of 5 in the league. So it's been, this is a demanding schedule for us. We can't get too high, and as I said to our kids, we can't get too low. We've got to keep looking ahead and not looking in the rearview mirror.
You've been around, that around here playing at Kent or in Akron means a lot. Can you maybe talk about?
Kent's really good. This is probably, they thought that they would. I think everybody kind of thought they were taking a step back with the kind of kids that they lost. But they had a great one against Nebraska the other night. This is a very, very physical team. They've got 2 tremendous players in Holt and Evans. This is a very good basketball team that we're going to play against Wednesday night. A team that's got good depth and good physical strength. So we've got our hands full. It's a challenge.
Jerry, what have you seen this week in practice that you sense your team will play better?
Well, Dana, I don't think we've played bad. I don't want to give the impression that we lost 3 in a row by playing terrible basketball. It's a fine line between winning and losing. You guys have heard me say that so many times. You give us literally 2 possessions back, and you're 2-1 out of the Duquesne trip. And I thought that we played very, very well down there. And I thought we played well in all 3 games. We didn't finish it. I think those are the things that I'm taking out of it more than anything else, that, teaching that when you get to those 3 or 4, 5, 6 possessions in a game that are absolutely crucial, that you keep your intensity and you learn, from a simple turnover, or you learn a big offensive possession, what you got to get out of it. But I think we're good enough to be in every single game that we play. the bottom line is that you're going to have to play every possession, especially in big moments, and that's what we as a group, us as a coaching staff, me personally have taken out of that 3-game trip.
You won't have to play 3 in a row like that again until the conference tournament. Can this help you in any way? I mean, playing that many games and that many games?
I thought our conditioning. I thought Todd Berkey did a great job with us in preseason, knowing that this day was coming. I thought we were well ready physically for 3 in a row. Even in the conference tournament, you don't really get a day off in there. The most you ever play is back to back. But I wasn't. I was a little disappointed maybe on the last day with our fatigue factor, maybe even more mental than physical, because of the fact that you lost in overtime, and then you turn around in less than 22 hours you played again, and then you lost a heartbreaker. So I thought we were more mental than it was anything physical at that point in terms of fatigue.
Coach, you guys are shooting 71% from the line right now. And explain how that keeps you guys in each and every game.
Well, the great thing about it is that in a couple of those games and wins, we were at we shot like 80-some% from the line, and it's been a focus for us. We have better foul shooters. Guys have worked better at it and harder at it. When you talk about how fine the line is to winning and losing, that right there is one of those fine lines, making your foul shots. And we got down in the Duquesne game, and we were down by 6 with, I think it was at the 2:05 mark, and missed 4 in a row. So little things have to go right for you. Once in a while you need to catch a break. James Madison, a kid that hasn't made a 3 in 2 years, banks one in or knocks one in. Sometimes you just need to get a little bit lucky at times too. But I'm pretty confident with the guys that we have at the foul line.
Jerry, 4 players averaging in double figures, averaging nearly 75 points a game. Are you satisfied with the ball distribution and your shot selection?
Yeah, I think that's always been one of our strengths. I think one of the factors last year that everybody talked about, for example, that we had 5 guys, 5 of our starters, so to speak, were all Horizon League players of the week. First time, obviously, in league history that's ever happened. And everybody talked about that, but I'd rather talked about it from a basketball perspective that says how well we shared the ball, how well we distribute the ball, that you can go through the course of a year and have 5 different guys. We have that, and I think it's the same case that where we are this year. I think we're an offensive scheme that shares the ball, and we have unselfish kids, and the open man gets the ball.
How important was this week-long break, and playing at home now against a tough Kent State team, just getting some time off?
Yeah, it was good. We were off on Thanksgiving Day. We practiced Friday, Saturday. We were off on Sunday. Guys came back today much fresh, really refreshed and ready to go.
Sure. Do you like playing these games? I mean, obviously Kent's so close in the league, Cleveland State's so close. I mean, these types of games, because it gets the fans energized a little bit.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's fun. We know that this is going to be our best crowd we'll have first semester. Every year it seems like we get middle of January on, and if we're playing pretty good, we usually do well in terms of crowds. But historically, this has been a fun night for us because it's a good opponent, a team that's historically one of the best teams in the MAC, and our people enjoy seeing the game, and our kids have worked hard. They deserve people coming out because of the fact, A, I think we're good, and B, I think they work hard, and I think that deserves that.